Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the garage. I am T. I am your host.
This is T's Good Times Garage. We're back from the first race of the year, which is much earlier than we typically do. We were racing at the end of January, beginning of February in Las Vegas at the Strip, trying to work some cobwebs out, you know, of the car and myself, as we hadn't been on a racetrack since October. Not a terribly long time, I suppose. That's an off season for a lot of people. But we found at least one issue. I guess two if you count the my newfound ability to red light again. I lost both days red lighting. But the other issue, the car has developed a transmission leak up front. Somewhere in the bell housing area. We need to pull the transmission, and we need to make sure we can get it all sealed back up so we can go racing again here pretty soon, hopefully. See, the fluid kind of collects up here underneath the bell housing. And if you look closely through the converter, you can kind of see some, I don't know, puddling, not quite puddling, but yeah, some residual fluid there around the pump and around a couple of the bolts there. Let's see if we can't figure out what's going on there. So, trans is coming out, but luckily this time we're able to use a transmission jack. One of the free 99 parts and pieces that showed up in my shop a while back. So I probably won't film too much of that. We'll just get it out and get it on a table or something somewhere where we can take a close look at it. Just like that, she's out. There's a lot of fluid at the bottom. I did have some obviously come out of this seal here when I pulled the converter out. It did build up a little bit. But this is where I saw the most fluid with the bore scope at the racetrack. And you could kind of see a little bit going on up here. But we're way up here at the vent area, and there is residual fluid on these bolt heads and on this plate. So what seems to be the case is maybe I'm pushing fluid out the vent. We're gonna have to crack a couple of bolts here and see what's going on behind things. I'm not thinking it's that vent. I mean, if it was shoving fluid through that, you'd think you'd see a little bit more in that area behind the plate. Not even really puddling up here in the corners where it could. Of course, obviously it's going to continue to roll downhill. I'd expect to see a little bit more, you know, just kind of lurking there. I replaced this seal last year, a year ago basically. It doesn't seem to be the problem. My best guess at this point is that it's either the gasket behind the pump or the O-ring that goes around the pump, or a combination of both. So at this point, my thoughts are just reseal the front pump. I'll get the pump pulled off, take a look at the gaskets and the O-ring and see if anything looks weird. I thought I had some all thread. Well, and I do, but for whatever reason, this one, yeah, it looks like the threads are a little bit mucked up, so not going to try to force that one in there. So I found a bolt and made my own slide hammer. See if we can get this pump out. I'm going to set you down, let you watch from afar. It is moving. We'll do some equal treatment over here on the other side. Get it in there, a few threads. We're getting there. I am gonna have to go get me some all thread though. This is ridiculous. And honestly, most of the time, if I'm pulling the pump, I'm usually going further and I've already got the pan off of it, and you can get the valve body out of the way and tap, tap, tap-a-roo from the backside. We're just about there. There we go. And that came out flying, dang. So if you remember, we did have a little bit of residual fluid Kind of resting on some of these bolts. This is the back side of the pump. You know, you do see a little dampness on this gasket on the outside. So it is possible that fluid was getting past that, and definitely soggy here at the bottom. We're definitely going to go ahead and replace this paper gasket. See if we can identify any issue on the rubber seal here. So we're going to get a front seal kit here and replace the paper, replace the O-ring, and even though I don't believe it was this front seal, we'll put a new one of those on there as well. And we'll try to get these washers. Of course, I'll take a peek at the pump. I'm looking right now just to see if there's any, you know, silly things like cracks and whatnot, but looks pretty good. Back with the new parts. Got myself a behind the pump gasket. We've got the rubber O-ring seal, of course the input shaft seal, and brand new washers. About $15 worth of parts or so there. And then we'll clean this one off. We'll get this seal pulled out, and I'm going to pay a little bit more attention to that seal as I pull it off. First, we're going to throw the input shaft seal on. I do want a little lubrication on there. I just need something now to press that in a uniform fashion. So we're going to find something to put over that will allow some even pressure as we push that in. Got a little dust on there. Sorry about that, buddy. Let's take a peek at the new rubber gasket. Let's go over that with a little bit of grease as well. And I'm just using some of the transmission assembly lube on this right now, just real thin. Then we can find the groove. And you'll stretch that ever so slightly. And make sure that it goes in the right direction. Okay, it's in there. We're going to stap the pump. I don't really have a good place to park this camera right now, so try and be gentle. You're wanting to work that seal, the rubber seal, down into the case nice and gently so you don't fold it over or tear it or anything like that. I basically walked the pump in a star pattern and then checked all the way around. So now we're going to torque this bad boy in. And the spec on this one is 175 inch-pounds. Definitely inch-pounds, ladies and gentlemen. All right, hopefully sealed back up. Just doing a little cleanup on it. Cleanup on aisle 2 here. And then we'll get it back over to the car on the training jack and stab the converter and hopefully have it back in the car shortly. Transmission is back in, everything hooked up, mostly full of fluid. Sorry, I just like looking at Apache helicopters, it's kind of cool. So now we just need to start it up, kind of warm it up a little bit, and make sure we don't have leaks. Well, what'd we see? I think we'll raise the car back up and take a closer look. All right, we are back under. Just checking everything that I disconnected. And that looks magnificent. You might see a little bit of wetness back there on the pump. I don't think I did a perfect job of getting some of the fluid on there from getting the converter in. So far, so good. Before all this, there would have been a little bit of buildup already here on the bottom of the bell housing. So it does look like we've corrected the issue. We're gonna go with that. I think we got it. Fingers crossed. 4-leaf clovers, good luck charms of sorts. I replaced the pump seal, the pump O-ring, the input shaft seal, and put new washers on all the bolts. Some combination there sorted the problem, it does look like. I'm happy about that. We can get ready to go again for the next one. Gotta find my hood pins. Every time I idle this thing or run it at all, for some reason I leave those there, and guess what? They all fall off. So I'm gonna look for those, and then we'll get ready for the next race. If you are a subscriber, thank you very much, and if you're not, please consider it. Would love to have you on board and take you with when we go drag racing. We're just a little low budget bracket team that likes to have fun. We definitely like our mopars around here at T's Good Times Garage. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you on the next one.